the city has had some tense moments in the past in terms of its relationship with the county on certain issues. One of them is annexation, which, you know, went on and on and on, and probably still is in some ways. I want to talk about this, what I perceive through COVID, and because you've had to work together, strengthening that relationship with the county. I don't want to paint the picture that it's never been a good relationship, but certainly, you know, I'm a great believer out of all things negative, positives do arise, and I see that as possibly being one of them. Would that be correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think also like remembering that the county is comprised of several different townships, and so there's a lot of, you know, individuals within that. I mean, I've, you know, certainly heard about the historical, you know, great debates between Peterborough and Cavan Monaghan, for example, but I've never been part of that drama, hopefully.
But they exist. I mean,
they
those
exist,
things happen.
for sure. And I think that's part of why it's helpful to have sort of new blood in the ring, if you will.
Sure.
Because I like to think I get along with all my colleagues out in the county, certainly with Warden Jones. Him and I have a great relationship.
If you can't get along with Warden Jones, you have a problem.
Well, exactly. And, you know, and Chief Carr at Hiawatha and Chief Weetung at Curve Lake, like we've got fabulous working relationships. You know, and I try to have good relationships as well with the individual mayors, you know, Andy Mitchell and Selwyn and Scott in Cavan Monaghan. And so, yeah, because we are, as the warden will say, all in this together, and, you know, what's good for the region is good for Peterborough, and what's good for, you know, Cavan Monaghan is good for the region. Like, you know, it makes sense.
And so, I'm sorry, I was just going to say, I kind of liken it to, in the corporate world, one of the big strategies is when there's conflict in the workplace, is you take all the people involved in that conflict, you put them in one room, and they work it out. And they find a way. And this, you know, again, as negative the effects of COVID have been, I think you touched on it beautifully. I think it does build a stronger tie and relationship on that serves you well post-COVID.
Yeah.